Today's disability benefit tip is prepare for the change in definition of disability in your long-term disability insurance policy. I'm Gregory Dell and I'm joined by attorney Stephen Jessup, and this is one of those areas where we see probably the most denials. If you could summarize, what are we saying when we mean the change in definition of a disability? When does that usually happen? And then we'll talk a little bit about how a person can prepare for that.
Yeah, generally that happens at 24 months of disability. Some policies it's longer, some it's shorter, but generally speaking, that first 24 months you're disabled if you can't do your own occupation. After that, it's any occupation based upon training, education, experience. So the insurance company now has the ability to say, well, yep, you can't do your old job, but we found these other jobs we think you can do. And then they look to deny the claim at that point.
Okay, so we're talking about here being prepared for that because there are things you can do. When should you start that process of anticipating the change in definition?
Well, I would say at a minimum 6 months before, because that's when the insurance company is going to start doing their review. And some insurance companies now are even advising you that, hey, we have this change in definition coming up. We're going to start gathering information. You can expect at that point, maybe they'll put you in a video surveillance. Maybe you'll be sent for an independent medical evaluation. They'll be reaching out to your doctors, getting medical records. And some people have been on claim for almost 2 years. Well, 2 years if you include like short term. You know, they can be lulled into a false sense of security about getting to the doctor, you know, documenting their complaints with the doctor. So it's very important at least 6 months out that you really start shoring up any potential weakness in your file.
Right, and I would go as far as to say that even though we're talking about it's usually 24 months till the change in definition to any occupation, that, and you said there's a 6-month elimination period, that in that first 24 months you should really never let your guard down.
Exactly.
And even thereafter, but especially getting past that change in definition is huge, and the way in which you work with your medical doctor to document all of your medical conditions, seeing particular doctors that you may not otherwise see, following through with every type of medical recommendation from your treating doctor, whether it's physical therapy, whether it's medications, whether it's some kind of diagnostic testing. You got to do everything and anything that the doctor recommends, and making sure everything's documented in your medical records. And I know this is just our short disability benefit tip of being prepared, but we have lots of other extensive videos that we've talked about for all different kinds of medical conditions and how to communicate with your doctor, every single aspect of the claim. But the message here is anticipate that change. Don't put yourself in a position where you haven't done anything differently and you're just sitting around and waiting for them to make an evaluation.
You have to be proactive, not reactive.
So no matter where you live in the country, whether you contact myself or Stephen, we always provide an initial free consultation. We will review your disability policy or review your claim status and give you some suggestions about your claim, and also let you know how we could help you to protect your benefits. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. We also welcome you to spend some time on our website, which is extensive with hundreds of videos and thousands of different articles that are specific to your disability insurance company, your medical condition, or your occupation. We want you to be as educated as possible, because the more that you can think like a disability insurance company, the better position that you're going to be in to have your disability benefits paid for as long as you want. So should you need us in the future, we look forward to the opportunity to speak with you.